Hello guys, today I want to teach you how to start working on portraits. The best thing is to pick up as your first assignment a portrait of someone who you admire or whose style you admire very much. And in my case, this is a portrait of composer Mussorgsky done by a great Russian painter Ilya Repin. I think that by working on this particular image, we will be able to create interesting flash colors as well as bring the personality. For this first exercise, I like to perform a little trick that will allow you to gain the confidence that you really can paint a portrait. And that means that I will cut it into the pieces. And then by removing one, I will paint it using the surrounding as a guidance. So let's start with a couple of those cuts. Using the ruler, I will cut the image into, let's see how many parts. I have to still make the decision. So now the next step is to cut out the image. We don't need those parts here. So now, as you have noticed, instead of canvas, I'm using a piece of watercolor paper that is mounted to a board with pieces of masking tape. This way, I like to do my exercises. So I make the first big cut that will run on the diagonal through his face. So the first one is here. Imagine now this is the position of the face. Good. So we have to adjust this part here. Okay. So this one is coming now. We know that this part is coming there. This time I'm using masking tape, and I will roll a small piece. Now I just want to make sure that everything nicely fit. So the most important is this part now. Perfect. And I will attach the piece here to it. Voila. Now the other one will go. Let's see, we have this one here. So I want to have this one here now. Perfect. Now I want to take one piece, and I already mentioned that this will be my initial piece that I put on the side, and using as a guidance the other three pieces around, I will be able to recreate it. Now it's time for us to start painting. What I will need to have, of course, piece of paper towel, and since I'm using oils, well, I have my strange palette, styrofoam plate with various colors that I think will be of use to me. I have another palette to which I will transfer some of those colors and mix them together. And then, of course, my brushes, and I like to use the soft brushes, solvent that I keep in this jar. Remember that on the bottom, the very good thing to keep is such a scraper for the pots and pans. You put it on the bottom of the jar, fill the jar to 3/4 with a solvent, and then when you clean up your brushes, you simply dip them into the solvent and rub them on this very safe for the brushes soft plastic scraper. So we also will need medium, and I have my special one that dries quite fast. Linseed oil will be fine, whatever you will prefer. I place mine in this spot, and I did a couple of palette knives. If I will find the use for them, I will start painting. In terms of the colors, I think that I will be using definitely yellow ochre. I have white, I have Naples, a Nichols yellow light, which is off-white, beautiful, almost like nail polish color. This is Venetian red, very, very heavy, cadmium red, alizarin crimson, two different versions. I have black, ivory black, different kinds of blue. I have purple here, dioxin purple, two different greens. Softer one I don't use, the Viridian this time, or Talo green, and burnt umber. So what we will be doing, we'll place the paint on the side. Here we will mix it, and our images are here. Voila. So when you look at the colors, I want to have a little bit of this color created in the background, and I will use for it, let's see, I like to use the flat brush this time. So I'm picking up my white, and I will mix a little bit of my medium with it. Then I add, let's see, a little bit of this cool blue onto it, and you can see that will be a little bit too sharp. So what I will do, I will use a little bit of this nickel color there, and I should get a color that I think will look better. Still not perfect, so you know what, maybe a little bit of my lovely yellow ochre, and you know the color is coming closer, closer, closer. Let's see what we got here. Oh, you see, not bad. Color is quite similar. And for that, I'm satisfied. I can see those lovely hair of his, so the hair will go there, but this hair, of course, go on the background. The most important for me is the ear, and decide how far the ear will go. I see the fabric here, so that's what I will be doing. Not very much. The movement is going, let's see, when I go like this, yeah, up to here, and then a little bit of space, and then we have his ear. So the color will come there. So I will clean up my brush. Notice I'm rubbing it against this, the scraper, the plastic one, and I make sure that I take access of the solvent. And now I'm working on the flesh, and my flesh will be beautiful color of yellow ochre, and I'm using a little bit of alizarin, believe me or not. Ha, what a mixture, right? You would say too bright. No, not necessary. I'm taking my white, I'm always putting a little bit on the side, and notice what is happening to it. See, the color becomes lighter, and I see that this color has more red in it, so I certainly can bring more red, and then it starts getting better, better, better towards the color that you have over there. Now we can put a little bit more white. Notice I'm not mixing big pile of color. I'm just always going on the edge and adjust, never mixing too much. So I'm looking here, and I still think I need a little bit more of the red. So this. Okay, so I'm putting it on the side. Right, you see? The color is still not perfect, but we are coming towards it. More white into it, and I still need a little bit more red to place into it. So you see that will be more of the color over there, and with tiny more white. Now let us look at the hair. So I'm using the burnt umber color that I have, and I mix it with green, and I see that this color still is not perfect, so I do want to have more green and burnt umber. And I'm looking at the color, and I have to tell you, this has to be a little bit of the blue as well in it. And then a little bit, you can take it from here. I want to add a little bit of this mixture because I want to have more neutral color. So this will tone it down, and I'm looking at the hair. And I'm also looking, those ones are more green. Just like that. And we have to now move to the red shawl. So the shawl certainly, and I will show you, I don't have a perfect color for it, well, but this alizarin crimson should be able to do it for me. So I think it's more of them, there's some magenta, you can have it, but as you can see, that should be okay too. So it's cool. And if we want to, like this actually is good the way it is, I add a little bit of the blue, and then I add a tiny bit, maybe about this nickel even. And if it's necessary, tiny bit of black. I don't want to have too much, but I think in the certain section, no, it's actually not so dark. That's this section, it's coming up, so this section here certainly will be, let me see, oh, darker here. And then it begin to be lighter. So I'm still looking here, the section of the hair, puckle of the hair will be still darker in this section, and then lighter going outside, almost the blue one. Look like this, and even here, just lighter. Good. So you see one part, it's more or less done, and then you take it out, and then you can continue with another one. And this way you take another part and you start filling it out, keeping this image on the side. So again, you can go this way here, you can see the hair. Cleaning up my brush, I get my flesh color. I will get my flesh color, let me see. There. I can see that it's a little bit lighter in this section, but actually that's not bad, notice. And we will continue working on it. And as a right-handed person, that is a very convenient way for me to work, because I will not, if I would start, let's see, from right side as a right-handed person, later on moving to the left side, I could easily smudge the image with my working arm and hand. So again, everything what you do in art, you have to really think about consequences, about the steps, pre-plan, because you want to make your life easier, right? So you can see color is well adjusted, and then you can pull some of those hair on the top. And I'm just looking at the color. It's this greenish nice color with some brown. Let's see if this will work. Some of those hair, yeah, they can go. Oh no, please, please, please. Arthur is very curious. Little cat. No, Arthur. Moving here, moving there. Right, so we will have our Mussorgsky completed. So again, start working on the portrait the way I just showed you, and we will see us later on while working on another section. Have a good day, and bye.